The assembly shop is back. And yes, you're not imagining it, Wargaming is selling the DBV again. The DBV is one of the most hyped tanks in the World of Tanks community. It was originally sold only once, back in February 2025, with just 100,000 units available. And now it's returning. This time Wargaming is offering 60,000 DBV tanks and 30,000 riggers. On the NA server it's even more limited, only 7,000 DBVs and 3,000 riggers. And importantly, no numbered 3D style this time. So the Wickers, it's decent, but nothing special. The DBV, on the other hand, is the real star of the show. So why is the DBV so popular? If you look at the stats at first glance, it actually seems underwhelming. Average DPM, average accuracy, terrible dispersion values, high terrain resistance, and only 7 degrees of gun depression. Doesn't sound great, right? But here's where things get interesting. Let's compare it to the Grille 15. And suddenly, things start to make sense. The turret dispersion, way better on the DBV. Terrain resistance, better than the Grille. Camouflage, almost double. That's a huge deal. The DBV doesn't really have armor, but it's lower profile than the Grille. And with over 100mm effective armor, it's also less vulnerable to HE shells. The DBV reaches 52 km per hour in about 30 seconds on soft terrain with off-road driving. The Grille around 20 seconds under the same conditions. That's a massive difference. Plus, faster traverse, fully rotating turret. This makes the DBV much more flexible in actual gameplay. Now, here's the key point. Because the dispersion plume is much smaller than the one on the Grille, and the DBV has very fast aim time, around 1.5 seconds, it's incredibly effective at hitting moving targets. Even though the raw dispersion values look bad, the fast aim time compensates for it. With a standard setup, crew skills, food, and equipment, you can get the aim time down to around 1.44 seconds, with 0.27 accuracy, which is excellent. Yes, movement dispersion is still bad, but since you mostly aim by rotating the turret, it's much less of a problem than it looks on paper. You could even swap in an improved rotation mechanism if you want. Let's quickly test both tanks on Tomato GG. And yeah, that's possible now. Maybe I'll do another video about this. But first the Grille. So here we are with the Grille on the test battlefield and trying to not get shot by the other testers. And let's see how the speed of the Grille is working here. It's a little bit sluggish. I hope my connection is not too bad for doing this. But no, I think it's just the overall Grille's way to drive. So we reached a nice camper hill. Let's take a look how the gun is working. And we're aiming and we're doing damage. Nice job, Tomato GG. Let's take a fast look at the turret. As you can see, as soon as I move it, the aiming circle blooms out really large. So yeah, that's the thing with the Grille. And now the DBV. So we have spawned with the DBV, and as we can already see, the acceleration is for the beginning a little bit similar on hard terrain. But it still feels more comfy. I don't know how to describe it. Still feels a little bit more mobile. On top of that, you can see the fully traversable turret. Also super nice to have. And now if we're going closer to the aiming and we compare it to the Grille, I think it's pretty obvious that the aiming circle blooms wide open on the Grille, but not on the DBV. I think this is the most important difference here. So let's see. If we can do some damage here, maybe. Okay, that didn't work. I don't know. Maybe because he's has the special armor like the mouse, maybe he's not getting any damage. He's just testing. But yeah, let's focus on the aiming circle. This thing is okay. What is? Yeah, okay. Let's focus on the aiming circle. As you can see, it aims much faster and doesn't bloom so wide. As for me, I'm definitely getting the DBV. So how do you actually get it? The assembly shop opens tomorrow in-game. You'll need to invest your resources, there's no direct purchase. And again, no numbered 3D style this time. If you have enough resources, credits and free XP are probably your best options. Blueprints are also very valuable. Up to 280 universal and 704 national fragments, that gives you about 36% progress. If you're not planning to grind new tech trees, use them. Personally, I'll be using 300,000 free XP and 42.5 million credits. Why? Because I can farm about 1 million credits per hour, but not 10,000 free XP. And I'd rather save free XP for future tier 11 tanks and bonds for the black market auctions or maybe bond equipment. So are you going to get the DBV? And what resources are you planning to use? Let me know in the comments. Thanks bros for watching and cheers.